Hello, in this video I shall be discussing 5 topics. The first topic is Sankalp Se Siddhi. Sankalp Se Siddhi is an initiative taken up by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, and the initiative names as Village Digital Connect Drive. So the name itself suggests that this is about connecting villages through digital means. And the implementing factor, it is launched by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, but the implementation will be done by TCMF of India. TCMF stands for Tribal Cooperative Marketing Federation. So, in order to promote entrepreneurial skills in tribal people, there is this federation called Tribal Cooperative Marketing Federation. So, thereby they can market their goods effectively. So, that will be implementing Sankalp Se Siddhi. This is a 100-day drive that has recently started up from April 1st, 2021. In these 100 days, there will be 150 teams and each team would go to 10 villages in the country. So that would add to 1500 villages coverage. So 1500 villages will be covered in 100 days under Sankalp Se Siddhi. And the main focus of this drive is to develop these Vandhan Vikas Kendras in every village. Vandhan Vikas Kendras are present in every village. They are like skill centers. For example, if tribal people are there, there will be mostly gatherers amongst tribes. So tribal gatherers will be there. They will live on this forest produce, minor forest produce, and they'll gather that and sell them. But they don't fetch good amount of money because due to lack of skill, they do not know how to develop the gatherings they have done in the forest. So these skill centers or Vandhan Vikas Kendras will make them improve their goods, or they will value add their goods, and then thereby they can fetch good amount of money in the markets for their goods. So that is the skill they can give. That is about Vandhan Vikas Kendras. So these Kendras will be improved by Sankalp Se Siddhi scheme in this 100-day drive. So this is about it. The next topic is PhonePe. PhonePe is recently in news because it has crossed 1 billion transaction mark, and this has become the first digital payment platform in India to have crossed this 1 billion transaction mark. So by this March 2021, it has got 1.3 billion transactions in it. So this is a huge thing. And to speak something about PhonePe, it is a digital payment and financial services company in India. And as every other digital payment and financial service companies operate through UPI, even PhonePe operates through UPI, that is Unified Payments Interface. The headquarters of PhonePe are at Bangalore, and the payment instruments that PhonePe uses are cards, wallets, and Unified Payments Interface. So adding all these transactions from wallets, cards, and UPI, it has crossed 1 billion transaction mark. That's how PhonePe is in use, and it is the first digital platform, digital payment company to have crossed billion transaction mark. The next topic is Amboli. Amboli is a place in Maharashtra in the state of Sindhudurg. In the district of Sindhudurg, there is this place called Amboli, and recently this is in news because this has become the biological heritage site. So the 5th biological heritage site in Maharashtra. This is because rare freshwater species of fishes are found over there. So the name of that fish is Schistura hiranyakessi. So this is the name of that rare freshwater species of fish found in Amboli, Schistura hiranyakessi. So because of the presence of this rare fish, it has become biological heritage site under Biological Diversity Act 2002. Biological Diversity Act will speak about conserving biologically rare things in a particular area, and it will give this authority to declare them as biological heritage sites. So under this act, Amboli has become now this biological heritage site in Maharashtra. And there is a temple called Mahadev Temple in Amboli, and there is a pond over there, and in that pond Schistura hiranyakessi fish are found. And the discoverer of this fish in that pond is Tejas Thackeray. Tejas Thackeray is the son of the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray, and he along with his team has found out this fish over there. And with this 2.11 hectare of land in that Amboli area will be declared as biological heritage site. So far until now, with the addition of this particular thing, Maharashtra has got 5 biological heritage sites in India. The next topic is E-Codes project. E-Codes project is a mission mode project. A mission mode project is an individual project under National E-Governance Plan. We have National E-Governance Plan that looks forward to bringing up of electronic governance in the country. So under this there will be so many projects and they are called mission mode projects, one after the other, individual small projects under National E-Governance Plan. And one such mission mode project is e-courts project. As the name says, this is to make courts electronically working. And this is under the Department of Justice, as this is about courts. Under this e-courts project, there will be a e-committee constituted. So that is Electronic Committee of Supreme Court. The chairperson of this committee is Dr. Justice Dhananjay. Dhananjaya is the already he is the judge of the Supreme Court, one of the judges in Supreme Court, and he is placed as the chairman of this e-committee of Supreme Court. And now e-courts is in news because there is phase 3 of e-courts project released recently. And the main focus of this phase 3 is inclusion and access. So these two things are termed in this phase 3 document. So inclusion and access is going to be the main target or theme of phase 3 e-courts project. And now this is in the vision document, draft vision document of e-courts project. So for every project there has to be a vision document. What is the vision of that project? So that is a vision document, and there will be a draft preliminary draft before the original document comes. So that draft vision document is out about phase 3 e-courts project. So this is how e-courts project is in news. The last topic for today is small savings scheme. Small savings scheme, we'll have something about that now. These are saving instruments by the government of India. For example, they are of these kinds: Public Provident Fund, National Savings Certificate, Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, Sukanya Samriddhi Scheme. So all of these are saving instruments by the government of India. For example, if a person goes and fetches, if a person pays 1 lakh amount of rupees towards NSC, he will be given an NSC bond by the government. So he'll carry this bond for a period of 5 years, and after that he'll be getting his 1 lakh back along with the interest paid by the government. So that's how government sells these NSC bonds and these saving schemes like Public Provident Fund, in which we put money in the bank, and after a set period of time the government will return it with interest. So those are small saving schemes. They add to capital receipts of the government. So that means government receipts are the money that the government gets. So we are paying 1 lakh and getting a bond. So that 1 lakh will be added to capital receipt of the government. But it has to pay us back when the prescribed time is over, along with interest payment. So that is the basic PO of small saving schemes. So all the data and the money of the small saving schemes will be looked after by National Savings Institute. So National Savings Institute works under the Ministry of Finance, and this now recently released the contributors of small savings schemes to the government. So these contributors are given ranks. The highest contribution is by West Bengal state. So this has contributed overall 15% of total amount of small savings schemes of the government, central government. 15% is from West Bengal. So that has added to 90,000 crore rupees. So this is a huge amount, and the second place is taken up by Uttar Pradesh, and the third place is taken up by Maharashtra. So these are the highest contributors to the government from small savings schemes. So these states will all gather up and give the money to the central government. So by this there will be rankings on which state has given the most and the least. So this is about small savings schemes, and the National Savings Institute has released this highest contributors list recently. These are all the 5 topics for today, and thank you.